What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking you someplace a little different than we normally go. We're up here in Cedar-Lined, which is right next to Lake Arrowhead today. And what we're showing you is one of our newest listings that's coming live to the market. This is a completely rehabbed, remodeled cabin, like I said, in the city of Cedar-Lined. New roof, new paint, new electrical, new pretty much everything. This guy pretty much rebuilt this thing from the ground up.
Some things that I really like about the property is this home is actually 2 lefts and a right from Lake Arrowhead Village. This home would make a killer Airbnb, weekend getaway, summer family home, a place to get away to the mountains when it's snowing here. It's a great way to get to that snowy area in Southern California, or even just to escape the heat and get to a lake.
Okay, so this cabin, the reason I want to show you, this thing is about as custom as you're going to find anywhere out there. When the seller called me about this one, my mind blew. Even my photographer, I got some short form stuff going on right now. He was super stoked to shoot this thing. But before we get into that, my name is Justin King. This is
Allison King.
And on this channel, we talk about everything living, i.e. living, eating, breathing. Lately, it's been a lot of property tours. And what we do is just spread awareness and like what it looks like moving up here. If there's anything we can do for you, any questions we can answer, contact information is below, or reach out anytime, days, evening, nights, weekends. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Now, with all that out of the way, let's take a look at this killer little cabin up here in Cedar-Lined. All right, come on in. Can't wait to show you this one. This is 170 Fir Terrace, and this is in the city of Cedar-Lined. This backs right up to Lake Arrowhead. So coming into the home, they did a complete remodel on this, right down to the floors. It has the luxury vinyl plank. And again, this is a 1938 build. So when he acquired this home, he had to go through and completely re-shim the floor joist. So that is all new. Below the flooring is all new subfloor. That is all new subfloor. And coming into the kitchen, they completely remodeled this. You got the copper finish farmhouse apron sink, quartz countertops, all new built-in appliances, brand new LG stove, and then they also did the tongue and groove pine ceiling just to keep more of that mountain aesthetic up here. And then of course they added this huge kitchen island. They removed a few walls to make this work, but it really ties the whole room together so you don't really have those dead spots. Keeps that open concept, so plenty of space for entertaining, plenty of space for cooking, what have you, those large family gatherings. And then another thing they added here was this big custom support here. This is actually a metal beam. And of course you have seating all the way around. Now in the living room, you also do have that pine finish for the ceiling. Keeps everything just flowing. And then of course the electric insert. And this thing does get very warm. And then the insulation behind here, electrical, is all brand new as well. So house stays plenty insulated, and then the newer double pane windows. So again, this was a 1938 build, but completely rehabbed over the last 2 years. We're in 2026 now. Okay, and also you have this extra little nook here where they added for the TV. Originally, this was the door for the I'm gonna drop this. Originally, this was the door for the bathroom. They moved that around, so now you have this big open entrance with, you know, the wood pillars. Stackable laundry keeps everything nice and convenient and tight. And the French doors here, which go out to the patio. Storage is always an issue, especially in places this compact. You have more top storage here, side storage here. And then keeping with the theme, the wainscoted walls. And one of my favorite features, you got the steam shower. You have the steam function on the shower. This also, I don't think you can see it because of the steam. You got jets up top, jets out of the front, and then of course your just normal standard shower head. Let me turn this off. Okay, so that was the steam function on the shower. I think I got it dried out now so you can take a look at what's going on in there. fully enclosed, multiple heads. The lights are a nice feature. Also the control panel off to the side, you have a lot of different options as far as how you're going to operate the shower. And you can see all those different jets there. Okay, and then also you have the copper sink here to keep the aesthetic flowing throughout the house. And another cool feature I like, you got the wood paneling on the doors. So definitely keeps everything flowing in the same sort of aesthetic. You got that cabin feel, really keeps that mountain vibe down here. And then also on these stairs, these were completely redone as well. You got the pass-through stairwell. In each step, he did the distressed look on them, really keeps it looking nice and sharp. And then the LED light strip, I don't know if you can see it in the video, going along right down the side here. And also the pine paneling going all the way up here, as well as on the ceiling here too, which just keeps the same look flowing throughout the house.
All right, now let's take a look at the upstairs. The first thing you'll notice is this awesome shelving with the matching cabinetry from downstairs in that kitchen. We've also got some recessed lighting that goes all throughout the upstairs. And if you follow me this way, this will actually take you into the primary bedroom. So they actually opened up this area to make it into kind of like a master bedroom retreat back here. But they did leave this really cool feature that made it possible to keep it as a 2-bedroom if you wanted. Let me show you how these doors work. They've got the soft close feature, so it's nice and quiet. Doesn't have that loud ruckusy sound of like a barn door. So on this back wall, this actually used to have one kind of oddly placed window. They split it and made 2 panoramic windows. They've got these awesome light features. Like I said, they have the recessed lighting, and they even have 2 AC units, one in each part of the bedroom. All right, let me show you another wall that they opened up. So this actually just led into the closet, and this was all blocked off. But they opened up this wall, making it a nice large size walk-in closet. And this walk-in closet is also cedar-lined all the way through. We've also got this beautiful Juliet balcony where you have a great view of the lake. So this is a nice, large, oversized Juliet balcony. So follow me back in this way and we'll take a look at that second bedroom. Okay, so here is the entrance into the second bedroom. There is a mini split AC in here, and these were the barn doors that I showed you earlier that led you into the primary bedroom. The carpet is also new and it has an upgraded subflooring, and the closet doors match the barn doors that led you into that primary bedroom. So now let's go this way into the bathroom. One of my favorite parts about this bathroom is actually the heated flooring. So the heated floors are actually sloped towards the drain. That's why there's no lip or door on the shower, which actually keeps it nice and clean, easy to maintain. And you'll also notice that they have custom tile all along the walls, matching all throughout, including inside the shower.
Okay, so now outside, that was the inside. The outside has just as much. You got parking here. One of the issues with the mountain communities is parking is always a pain in the butt. Parking here, he built that big structure there, extra parking there, and then right at the bottom of the hill, which we'll get down to in a moment, more parking down there. And then as we mentioned before, roof is brand new. One of the things I think makes this thing pop, you got the exposed cedar here. There's also another column that kind of pulls it together on the other side. And then railing all the way around. And then the deck was just completely redone about a year ago, 2 years ago. So what he did with his deck, completely redid it, built it out further than it was. So you have a ton of space out here. And then off to your left here, French doors to go inside. This used to be a mudroom, but he rebuilt that. Laundry that we were just in is right there. And then in here you have a tankless water heater. Definitely nice for up here because those things heat up much quicker than your standard water heater. Okay, and then plenty of space on this balcony here. Originally it was much more narrow. The bay window kind of got in the way. And then above us here is that Juliet deck that we were just on. Another nice thing he added here too, you got these security doors all the way around. So if you are using this for a second property, investment property, Airbnb, you can lock it up nice and tight. There's one on the other side as well too, so you're not gonna have random people coming and going. Okay, now let's head downstairs. Stairs were also redone here too, so nice and safe. They're not super steep. I know sometimes when you get to some of these mountain homes, stairs are very, very narrow and steep. This, you have a lot of room. And then also this big pad here, originally this tree went up. This deck was pushed over probably about a good foot to accommodate for this tree. Cut down this tree, finished off the stump, made a nice little, what do you call that?
I don't know.
You had a word for it.
I called it a pad.
Okay, cool. Makes it almost a nice little pad, kind of a little conversation piece.
All right, so let's take a look into this third bedroom. This actually originally was kind of a little storage area, and the current owner rehabbed it into a third bedroom. So this is a great little getaway, could be a nice man cave. Guest suite, game room, kids room. It does have the little wet bar area, and it even has a half bath. And in this little wet bar area, it actually has a nice sized fridge down here, so you could keep some cold drinks, some snacks. This would be a great game room if you have kids. There's even this nice little closet cut out, just hang some curtains. You could put games in there for storage, store extra blankets, pillows, whatever you need.
Okay, so like I said, there was more parking. This is an additional parking area that he added. Leveled this off. This was originally a slope. Also, the deck is extended out, so you could add more for storage, nice shed, nice sun deck, what have you. And then around the perimeter of the property, he added all these railroad ties. So this completely wraps around the property line. Okay, and then you can see also this deck, plenty of headroom. I'm about 6 feet tall, got probably about 4 inches to go. So no slouching, no crumping down. And then this is all level here too, so super usable, super safe if you have little ones. And then the electrical was all upgraded through here as well as the plumbing. This is the new panel here. And then generator, that thing is as quiet as you're gonna find for a whole house generator. And then you can see the deck is even painted underneath here, helps with the longevity of it. And then on the side of the property, you still have some slope, but it's tiered down, so it's a little more usable and a little more functional. And you can see there, this is the backside of, that's the backside of that carport, all reinforced. Those railroad ties go down about 4 feet, reinforced with concrete, so that thing's not going anywhere. And then another nice feature I like is because there's a lot of space here, you also have this storage shed that was built on. Okay, so if you made it here with us to the end, thank you so much for watching. To summarize this one, this is a 1938 built, completely redone within the last couple years. Some stats on the home, 3-bed, 2.5 bath, about 1,400 square feet.
Like we said, tons of upgrades in this home. You've got heated bathroom floors in the upstairs bathroom. You've got the steam room in the downstairs bathroom, all brand new cabinetry, Huge quartz countertops and island. So many upgrades. We've got the guest stateroom on the bottom, security doors, extra parking.
And also we should mention all the stuff you don't see. All new plumbing, all new electrical, new roof, the mini split system, newer furnace, completely engineered property all the way around. So definitely a spectacle, definitely one you want to see in person. And also the views of the lake off that Juliet balcony, and then just, you know, naturally the mountain views all the way around.
Yeah, it's to die for.
And then also shopping is super close. You're about 2 lefts and a right from Lake Arrowhead Village, a little shopping center right down the street from here, so less than a mile away.
Just an incredible property all the way around. If you guys want more information on this home or any others, our information is down below. So again, thank you for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.